Hello, Georgetown. I am Trinity. I'm a freshman in the college at Georgetown studying mathematics, and for today's video I'm just going to be telling you all about my Georgetown acceptance story, what the whole process was like, what it was like when I got the news, how I found out about Georgetown, and everything like that. So stay tuned if you'd like to hear my Georgetown acceptance story. So the first time I heard about Georgetown was actually when I was 7 years old. There's this movie called College Road Trip, and it stars Raven-Symoné and Martin Lawrence. And in the movie, the girl who is the daughter of Martin Lawrence, character's name is Melanie, she really wants to go to Georgetown. That is her dream school, but her overprotective dad is like, no, that's too far away from home. She ends up getting accepted into Georgetown and going there. So that was the first time I had heard about Georgetown. Now this movie came out in 2008, so I was about like 7 years old, not thinking about college at all, just living my life. And then in 2016, me, my parents, and my older sister all took a trip to the East Coast for my older sister's college trip. So my brother had a college trip before his senior year, my sister had one before her senior year, and I had one as well. So the first time we visited Georgetown was in 2016 for my sister's college trip, and again, I was still pretty young in high school, not really thinking that much about college, but starting to get there. We came to Georgetown and we toured the campus, did the whole information session. I don't really remember much of that experience here at Georgetown. All I remember was the campus, and I thought it was okay. It was different from what I'm used to. So yeah. And then she applied to Georgetown the fall of her senior year. She did get accepted, but she ended up choosing a different school. So then came my college trip in 2018, and we again visited Georgetown because I thought that was an interesting place. Since I'd gone there last time, I was like, why not check it out again for myself, just to get a sense of what the school would be like from my direct point of view, and really paying attention this time. So we traveled to the East Coast, toured a bunch of colleges. Georgetown was definitely one of them. Sat through the info session, went on the campus tour, and this time I really made sure to take everything in because I was like, I might be going here. Then the fall of my senior year, of course, I applied to Georgetown. Georgetown was actually the last application that I had done because I wanted to pay extra attention to it since they have their own application. It's not on the Common App. So I was like, okay, this application is really special. So I kind of have to be diligent with it and make sure that I put everything on there that I want to put, and just make sure that the admissions committee gets a real whole sense of who I am as a person and whether or not I would fit with their school. So my acceptance for Georgetown, again, since it was the last one I applied to, it kind of fits that it was the last school that the news came for me. So it was about March 31st or April 1st, I don't really remember. At that point, I had gotten all my acceptances and all my rejections or wait lists for my other schools I applied to, and Georgetown was the only one I was waiting for. So I remember clearly we were having a yard sale that day, me and my family, and I just remember just sitting throughout the whole yard sale all morning, just wanting to know when the mail was gonna come, know when the mailman was gonna arrive, because I knew my letter was coming that day. So I think about around 2 or 3 o'clock, I went to the mailbox and I got the letter. It was there in the mail, it had the little Georgetown seal on it. It's an envelope, and I remember the envelope just being like slightly, like a little thicker, like there was a lot of paper in there and like a little heavy. I was like, okay, like I think I got in. So I walked back home, I composed myself. My mom was in the kitchen, my dad was outside cleaning the stuff from the yard sale. I opened the letter and it said, I am pleased to inform you that you have been admitted to the first year class of 2023. And I just remember just breaking down in tears and just crying and being hysterical, and my mom, she was like so happy and she was crying as well. And then my dad came in the house and he just gave me the biggest hug, and he was just so proud of me and so happy. That whole time, like I said, it was the last school to come for me, so I didn't know whether I was getting in or whether I was getting rejected or waitlisted. Yeah, it was a pretty emotional day. I think that was probably the best day of 2019 for me so far. I just remember just being so happy and so grateful that, you know, Georgetown chose me to be part of their class. So now on to why I personally chose Georgetown. So I am from Southern California, and Georgetown is obviously not there. It's very far away. I really wanted to get out of California, get out of my state, get out of my hometown. I did apply to a lot of schools in California, but I told myself if I had gotten in anywhere else in any other state that I would not stay in California. Georgetown was like the perfect place. They picked me up and I was like, I'm going to Washington, D.C. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be so close to the White House, the National Mall, all these museums, and so much culture and so much art. So I thought that was kind of cool to kind of be in a more historical state and the capital of the United States of America. I mean, how many people get to say that they went to school in the capital of the whole country? I think that was definitely an incentive. And then I went to the admitted students weekend, so I spent about 2 days here. They had programs for us. We got to sit in on lectures, meet a couple of students, go on tours again, and just really try to envision ourselves on that campus. And I think that weekend was the weekend I was like, like, I think I made the right choice. This is definitely the place for me. Georgetown actually was not my dream school. I didn't really have a dream school per se. It was definitely high up on my list of schools that I would love to be accepted to. I just told myself, you know, wherever I feel like I belong, that's where I'm gonna go, and Georgetown was definitely that place for me. It already feels like home. I'm just so excited to continue on the rest of my 4 years here at Georgetown University. So that is my acceptance story into Georgetown. I'm so grateful to be here, so lucky for this opportunity. Not that many people can say that they go to school at this place, so I'm very, very grateful, and thank you for watching.